Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, Earth. Unfortunately, Earth didn't make the cut when it comes to the solar system's ringed planets. But what if Earth did have rings like Saturn? Believe it or not, Earth might have had a ring system early in its history. Around 4.5 billion years ago, a Mars-sized body named Theia collided with the young Earth. The massive impact sent a wave of rocky debris into orbit around our planet. But this ring didn't last. Over time, the fragments came together and formed the Moon. Now imagine if that debris hadn't clumped into a moon. Wouldn't having massive rings stretching across the sky be way more breathtaking than just one dull gray sphere? Possibly. But there's a catch. Forming rings today wouldn't be so pretty or harmless. In fact, it could be devastating. We wouldn't even need another planetary impact. If we could somehow move the moon closer to Earth, we could tear it apart. That's because of something called the Roche limit, the minimum distance a moon can orbit a planet without being pulled apart by tidal forces. Since Earth's gravitational pull is stronger on the side of the moon that's nearer to us, shifting the moon closer than 9,500 kilometers, 5,900 miles, would cause Earth's gravity to rip it to shreds. Those pieces could form a ring system, about 5,000 kilometers wide, 3,100 miles, and roughly 9.5 meters, 31 feet, thick. But unlike Saturn's icy rings, Earth's would be made of rock. We're too close to the Sun for ice to survive in orbit. The rings would likely be visible from almost anywhere on the planet, lighting up the sky day and night. However, with the rings glowing brightly, the moon wouldn't stand out anymore, assuming it hadn't already been destroyed to create the rings. And while they'd look stunning, the consequences would be serious. Wildlife that relies on the moon or stars for navigation could become disoriented. If the rings blocked too much sunlight, it could interfere with photosynthesis, reducing oxygen production and cooling parts of the planet. Areas in the constant shadow of the rings might become too cold for life. Communications would also take a hit. Many satellites orbit around the equator, right where the rings would be. These satellites could be destroyed by colliding with rocky debris, cutting off GPS, internet, and other vital services. We'd need to develop an entirely new way to communicate and explore space. Now, if Earth had always had rings, we might have adapted. Maybe humanity would have evolved different technologies, never relying on satellites in the first place. But space travel as we know it would be off the table. Those rings would act like a barricade, keeping us trapped on Earth. And even that wouldn't last forever. Just like Saturn's rings, Earth's rings would eventually break down and fall from the sky, raining debris onto the surface. You'd want to keep a helmet handy and enjoy the celestial spectacle while it lasted. If alternate realities exist, maybe there's a version of Earth out there with magnificent rings, and people looking up, wondering what it would be like to live on a planet without them. But that's a story for another time. Like and subscribe to get more information like this.